Thunder, 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 Thundercats! Ho!
They're the world's most fearsome fighting team.
We're really hip.
This is the story of the super force of space explorers.
Valhalla, make some noise! Good morning, Valhalla! Project Zoidon! Larry! War Monkey! Stop! Brandon, Looney Tunes Man 2000! The Lady Harwin Avalon! Chris Carter! Undead Robin! Lord of Christmas! Justice Gabalina! Strike a dog nine! Shockwave and Gun Buddy! Southern Viking! Eve! Oh! Roll Tide! Kiwi Cow! Roll Tide, brother! Roll back, EKC! This is a good media! Holy shit, am I fired up after that?
Ow!
How is everybody doing? Good morning.
Good
morning.
morning.
I think some of my
Good
settings-
morning.
I think my audio settings are kind of messed up.
Uh-oh. Yeah, something's wrong. I see we've grown tired of the 0 Hour theme song already. Ha ha! Overkill.
No, we haven't. We haven't gotten tired of anything yet.
No,
Why is
it's
my
good.
microphone not working right?
Well,
Hello?
yeah,
Hello?
we can hear
Hello.
you. We
All
can
right.
hear you. All right, fired
All
up with that.
Fired up. Holy
I,
shit.
I almost
see,
said
it's like Loki seems quiet. Yeah.
a little bit, but we can still hear you. We're all fired up after that. I almost said Vulcan intro, but we're fired up after the Viking intro. Switching it up this morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
It's fucked up. Hello?
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Gain's all the way down. Do I need to turn the gain up?
There we go.
I don't know.
We can hear you. You're coming in good.
He is out of stream already. I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell's going on. Barely hear me.
The tubes are being weird this morning. Oh, well,
Bitch.
it happens. So good morning, chat. Good morning, Loki. Welcome to the start of another week live here on 0 Hour, brought to you by Loki's Mornings of Mischief. It is great to see you all again.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Is that better? Is that
We can-
better? Hopefully.
We can hear you.
Yeah. All right. Son of a bitch.
It's all right. We'll do it live, buddy.
We'll do it live. Yes, we hear Loki. Okay. Son of a
All
bitch.
right.
The whole beginning of the show's fucked now. We got to do it live.
The
We'll do it live.
The intro was fine. As soon as you started talking, you kind of went quiet, but I could
Yeah.
hear you. So who knows? Oh, well. Stream elements, they're screwing with us.
We're going all analog. We are going all analog. Fuck this digital stuff.
Kicking it old
There's your
school.
first F bomb.
Oh,
within
man,
the
that
first
didn't
6
take long.
minutes. No.
Wait, you dropped an F-bomb? When the fuck did I miss that?
Yeah, it's 2.
Oh crap, we're going for it already.
All right.
I think Mike still holds the record. He drops like what, 17, 18 consecutive F-bombs in a row.
5 minutes.
Yeah, we just ruined it. Oh crap, we're suddenly rated R.
So this is gonna be not everybody's gonna like this, because there's some people out there that are like, you know what, Loki, can't we just forget about it and move on? And you know what, I would love to. Except there's some people that are trying to rewrite some shit that are like, you know what, we never said that, and we never did that. And how dare you say that we tried to get people to get the poke, and that we told people, we never told anyone they would lose their jobs if they didn't get the poke, if they didn't roll up their sleeves like a red-blooded American or Canadian and get the poke, they wouldn't lose their jobs. I mean, you only had a fucking convoy in the middle of Canada causing 9 kinds of shit.
Oh my God.
Because the truckers were like, why do we need the poke?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And goddamn, what a holdup that was.
And hold on. Chris Purdy says, Loki, you almost sound like my PM.
I was going to say this morning.
You mean this guy? You mean this guy that's like, you know what? I have drank Bud Light my entire life, and I am a pussy. I don't see what's wrong with pussies drinking Bud Light. I am a genuine vagina, and I drink Bud Light.
He's also a tit head by the looks of it. I was going to say, this morning's segment brought to you by Jerry Lewis, everybody. Fantastic. Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
We never encouraged anyone to get the poke. We never said you would lose your jobs. We never threatened your livelihood. We never threatened to take away your freedoms. Ever.
Yeah.
I find it absolutely hilarious that they are already in your lifetime, ladies and gentlemen, changing history to support their bullshit. And Jester's Darth Arlena, who's been a member for 1 year, has gifted 5 Loki's Mornings of Mischief memberships. Thank you so very much. Jester's Darth Arlena. Steve was gifted a membership. War Monkey was gifted a membership. Soul Assassin was gifted a membership. Grim was gifted a membership. And Phil TMNT was gifted a membership by Jester's Darth Arlena. Thank you so very much, Arlena.
How generous.
Welcome to the Viking Horde Skull. We might have overreacted by saying screw your freedom.
You think? Way to backtrack on your words there, boss.
We might have made a boo-boo.
Yeah, we might have made a boo-boo. Everybody go out. Make sure you get your vaccination shots. I'll let you know how mine goes after I come back from vacation. Okay, guys, I'm back. I just caught the COOF for the 14th time. I'm sorry. But make sure you go out there and get your vaccinations.
Larry has gifted 5 Loki's Mornings of Mischief memberships.
My God,
Larry
guys.
has been a member for 2 years. Thank you so very much, brother. Kronos. What's a Kronos? He was gifted a membership. Guagnar was gifted a membership. Awesome One was gifted a membership. Keck44 was gifted a membership. And Laura B. What's up, Laura B. was gifted a membership. Thank you so very much. Larry, what? We gotta do this again, but we're gonna use a different. We're gonna go a different way. Long live the fighters of Valhalla! Skull!
Long live the fighters!
name so nice, you got to say it twice. Thank you so very much.
Way to
Larry,
freestyle, Shellback.
Mexican Iron Man has
Uh-oh.
just gifted 5 Loki's Mornings of Mischief memberships. Thank you so very much.
my
Mexican
God.
Iron Man. Galador in the second was gifted a membership. Blood Guilty Gaming was gifted a membership. Castle, what is up, my brother? Castle was gifted a membership. Chris Cook was gifted a membership by Mexican Iron Man. Claude Parrish was gifted a membership by Mexican Iron Man. Thank you so very much, brother.
Chrono's asking, what is a MIM? MIM is a mine-inch males.
Mine, what? Huh?
Mine-inch males.
Mine.
Mine-inch males. God, you guys are on fire. Geez, like 2 more sets of those, Booker T will be breaking down my house going 5 time the subs in this sucker.
And Mexican Iron Man knows what he wants. He's sending out the Spartans of Valhalla. Skull!
Spartans! What is your profession?
Thank you so very much, Mexican Iron Man. MB Geeks Bar and Grill with $10 super chat says, I've been asking questions about the TX shooting, and my questions were trash because I focus on the murder and the facts and want the full details. These things are not a one-issue thing. No. Just, okay, then thank you, brother. Thank you very much for that $10 super chat. We're going to get into this, and I was really back and forth about this last night going, you know what? Do I want to delve back into what happened in 2020? Because I know people are just like, you know what? Just move on, Loki. Move on. It's done. It's over. We were locked down. We were in lockdown in the middle of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Half of the planet was in lockdown.
Yeah. We all
Think
remember
about
what
that.
it was like.
This was supposed to be, oh, well, we just need a couple of weeks to get the curve in check. We just need to get the curve back. And then this lasted 2 years.
Yeah.
Until people didn't want to have any more of it.
Yeah, it was a little bit ridiculous. You know, I can't tell you how many times back then, because we all remember what it felt like. You know, and to those of you that were stuck at home literally because you were forced to stay home, you couldn't go to work, you couldn't do anything like that. My deepest, sincere apologies on behalf of, you know, the entire world, because I can't imagine. I was fortunate enough to still be able to go to work, you know, so I didn't have to suffer through that particular piece of that whole shit pile we went through. But damn, to think back about what we were all going through back then, I can't tell you how many times I kept thinking to myself, you know, walking around with the masks on, doing all that shit, you know, single file, separation, all that crap. I can't tell you how many times I kept thinking, is this it? Like, is this the new normal? Is this how it's going to be from here on out? Like, what if there's no going back from here? It was a scary thought, but after a while, it just got annoying. And like you said, we had all had enough.
No, we had all had enough, and we were sick and tired of it. Mr. Butt Crack Media has gifted 5 Loki's Mornings of Mischief memberships. Woo! That is 20 memberships in the span of less than 15 minutes. Thank you so very much, Mr. Butt Crack Media. Look what y'all started.
Jesus.
Penny was gifted a membership. Your Muslim uncle was gifted a membership. Chris Fisk was gifted a membership. Monty G was gifted a membership. And Tim Hayes, what's up, Tim, was gifted a membership. Thank you guys so very much. And thank you, Mr. Buttcrack Media, for those 5. And Larry has gifted 10.
Oh my God, we hit the 5 mark.
Has gifted 10 Loki's Mornings of Mischief membership. Sit Room was gifted a membership. Mark 47 was gifted a membership. Comic Relief Crusader was gifted a membership. Rebel Cocho Dragon was gifted a membership. Katina Martin was gifted a membership. Buzzy was gifted a membership. Parrot Head, Code Guy, Mexican Iron Alp, Propaganda Productions We're all gifted a membership by
Jesus.
Larry. Thank you so very much, Mr. Buttcrack Media.
You know,
Larry,
it's
for those memberships.
God, it's times like this. I wish we actually did have a Booker T Spinneroonie skull now. 5 time. You guys are on a friggin' roll, man.
I'll see what I can do about that. Arwen Avalon says it best. Every time there's a gifted membership, Trudeau's nuts shrivel just a little bit more.
With all due respect, Lady Arwen, Trudeau would have to have nuts to begin with. But I see your point. I see your point. Shots fired. Take that, you little pathetic little bitch. Come at me. Yeah, I said it. Jesus. Yeah, we got a lot of problems with little
Trudy.
with Jay. How dare that bitch steal my initials too, you asshole. His father's probably rolling in his goddamn grave right now. But
Trudy.
and Trudy, it's the Trudy show.
Yeah, Trudy.
Got a lot of issues with that boy around here.
Trudeau is Castro's baby boy. God,
Oh my
I saw
God.
that. I saw the like side by side comparisons.
Yeah.
I think I brought that up once, and someone was like, "Oh my God, really? Is that true?" And somebody else was like, "No, it's untrue."
Yeah. I mean, in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what Trudeau has done. Crime rates on the rise everywhere. It's pathetic. Unemployment rates, pathetic. Housing costs, rental insurances, all that kind of crap through the roof, skyrocketing. Overpopulation increasing, absolutely. And like trucker convoys, do you know how much shit that fucked up around here? That was unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable.
Wait. The trucker convoy was unacceptable, or what they were trying to push on the truckers was?
No. What it caused. I fully supported the cause they were fighting for.
Gotcha.
But Trudeau's rebuttal against the whole thing and his whole, I gotta stay resilient and stand up for my rights and the rights of the people. Yeah, you know how many lives you fucked over, Justin, by being a stubborn ass? I can't tell you. I mean, Jesus, in many parts of the country, they're still feeling the effects. We're still trying to get back to normal from all the bullshit he's caused. And there's no going back at this point because he's just causing more bullshit.
Project Storytime says, "I'm so glad we here in the States don't have to deal with that." Oh wait.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
We do, don't we?
Yeah. So to clarify, no, I supported the trucker convoy. I stood up for them. I was opposed to the opposition that Trudeau and his fellow office people were, they were elongating it and prolonging it and just making it last forever when it really didn't need to.
Gestures Darth Arlena says he's too worried about making sure Canada is celebrating Pride for 5 months.
Oh God, don't get me started on
it's
that.
Okay.
Too.
It's okay to drink Bud Light.
Jesus, we all remember when orange face, blonde haired toupee dude was sworn into the White House there. Who was the first one or in the lineup to be one of the first to bend over and take it right up the hoo-hoo by Mr. Donald Trump there? Bending the knees, spreading the cheeks wide, saying, "Yes, Mr. Trump, pound it right here, will ya?"
Bacon cheesecake for everyone.
Oh my God. So I'm sorry to go off on a tangent, guys, but there's a lot of things everybody wants to say about the kind of bullshit that he's caused and is still causing.
As the Prime Minister of Canada, I'd like to say that Bud Light is now the official beer of Canada.
Yeah, no, it isn't. That depends where you go. I'm sure if you go to places like Montreal and stuff, they'd be saying, "No, it's see here in the French portion of I can't do French today." Anyway.
But Loki, what do you got Tim Robbins up there if it's like, what the hell's up with Canada, man? Because it's not just about what's up with Canada, man. It's about what's going on here too. Because get a load of this shit. So Tim Robbins comes out and he's like, "Man, you know what? I'm not sure that we weren't lied to." Really?
Oh my God.
Scooby, what a revelation.
What?
Oh my lord. So I was reading this last night. I was over at Bounding in the Comics and reading this article he did. And he's like, I'm talking about politicians that compromise themselves, man, and make decisions that they believe are for the good of the people. But those decisions involve censorship or lying or deception of some kind that leads to people getting hurt. I'm still in my Trudeau phase. It's coming out. Yeah, zoinks, Shaggy, Arwen. Zoinks.
Oh my god. Hey, shout out to Azaz Melody who says they're going to drop Molson for Bud Light for Hockey Night in Canada. I don't know. I think in order to do that, they're going to have to dispose of all the players that don't want to wear pride flags or, pride towels around their neck when they're doing, post game or in between period interviews and stuff like that. There's already shit fire going on about that.
So Timmy boy is like, something happened. And I think there's a tendency where people just want to move on and say, well, it happened. Let's just move on. I think that's really unwise. We have to deal with what happened in a deep and profound way. It's traumatic for many people. And just ignoring it, as we know with trauma, does not solve a problem. It makes it worse. And so until we have the guts to look at what really happened and we question and maybe even hold people accountable for irresponsible leadership.
That's a key word there.
If we don't do that, we're going to repeat this again. This will happen again. What is Timmy Boy saying?
There's a lot Timmy Boy was saying there.
I personally look at it in a microcosm of what it is to have the ability to assemble. I run a theater in Los Angeles. It is something that has always existed. Even in the worst oppressive societies, there's been assembly allowed. Sometimes those assemblies are monitored, and so it's not safe. But supposedly in a free society, one should be able to collectively gather with others. Oh my God.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Amendment 1 of your Bill of Rights says everybody has the right to peaceably assemble. That's a key word, though. Peaceably assemble.
But those rights were taken away, and we are not allowed to do that.
Oh, yeah, because you know what? Screw your freedoms. Screw your rights. Screw your privileges.
So, I mean, he says the reason why that's important to collectively gather with others is that it becomes a forum. You don't know what everyone in the same room agrees with you or not, so therefore it's an essential part of living with other human beings. You have to work through differences, and instead, we were separated and became more and more distant from each other and more angry with each other. This isn't the first time. It won't be the last. I bought into this. I was someone that, went through a pretty unique experience in Los Angeles and was locked down there. I have a nonprofit theater company that had to shutter. We started doing our work online, and I was masking everywhere. I was keeping my social distance. I was adhering to the requests made of me, and I felt angry at people that didn't do that. As time progressed, I eventually got out of Los Angeles. I drove cross-country and saw areas of the country that were not adhering to the policies, and eventually wound up isolating myself in New York State for a good 7 months. I was afraid. I was terrified. And it wasn't until I came to the UK in January of 2021 that I started to have questions. And I was there on a job, and I noticed that people in the middle of the worst part of the lockdowns, a lot of people were not adhering to these requests made by their government. When I saw that there wasn't a huge death rate here, after I witnessed personally what was happening, I started to wonder more and more if we were being told the truth or not. I was staying in Soho one Saturday morning, and I heard a lot of noise outside. It was a protest, an anti-lockdown protest. And I went out, and I joined the protest, not because I was joining the protest, but because I was curious about the protests. I shit you not, he said that. And I started talking to people, and I saw they were being described as ists and obes and Yahtzees, and it wasn't true. They were liberals and lefties and people that believed in personal freedoms. And I began to educate myself. And I began to open my mind.
I just want to interject momentarily and say, if this is a new church, please pass around the collection plate. I will gladly contribute. Testify, my brother.
And that's what he said. I shit you not. These were not, not Yahtzees and ists and obes. They were liberals and lefties and people that believe in personal freedom. It's funny. It's funny that he says that like anybody but lefties don't believe in personal freedoms. Only the left, ladies and gentlemen, believes in personal freedoms. You know what I think this is? I think this is a giant load of shit. I think that Mr. Timmy boy sees the way the wind's blowing and is like, you know what? I need to start talking about how I marched in the great refusal of 2021 when we stood up and told the government we're not going to take it. You bitches were cowering in your bathrooms, laying on the floor, huddled in a fucking, like you were about to fucking give birth, crying in a corner because you couldn't go outside, and how you had to obey your government masters. Yeah, no conservatives or righties, soul assassin. It was all lefties and liberals that began the great march against the COOF lockdowns.
Yeah.
You were laying in the fetal position on the floor saying that MAGA was coming for you and that you had to all mask up and backs up to prevent MAGA from taking over the world. Don't lie to me. Cardinal skin with the Cardinal sin with
Cardinal
$1.90.
skin.
God, Cardinal skin. What's up, Cardinal sin? Let's go to Loki's Zeropium mods chat and Valhalla. Let's go to you, brother. I'm mocking draws with the $10 super chat. Says everyone has to wear a mask. Everyone has to backs up. Everyone has to social distance, except when it's a BLM rally and a leftist rally. There, I said it.
Oh my! Somebody went there. Let me ask you, with all this crap going, I think someone in chat pointed it out too. How much protection do you think that mask actually gave you to begin with?
Nothing.
Because they kept changing what type of mask you're supposed to wear anyway. Oh, well, the virus keeps mutating, so we have to counteract by using measures of the bullshit. Just admit this thing's got you fucked and let's all get over it.
It's nothing but damage control.
Jesus. I tell you what else. I think our country just went in on the little 3M and Amazon buy-in just so they could, dictate what type of masks we were able to wear. Oh, you can only get this certain kind, which is supplied by this dealer, which we're going to buy into. So make sure you're only wearing these types. Yeah, that was a thing. Don't fucking tell me any different. Jesus.
Good morning, Snow Dub. Skull and tuck and roll, brother. Big Mike said we had to change our history. Oh, I'm sure. Sure. Andy Masterson says Big Mike said we had to change our history. I'm sure. It was the brave men and women of the acting guild, the Actors Guild. It was the brave men and women of the Actors Guild that stood up. Oh wait, they were doing commercials with masks on. They were doing commercials with masks on, telling everybody to stay inside. Don't meet up for Christmas. Christmas is canceled. No getting together with family for Thanksgiving. Do not let someone in your home who has not had the poke. Doesn't matter whether they're your kid or not. If your 8-year-old walks up and says, "Hey, Grandpa, can I come inside?" "Have you had the poke, you little shit?" "No, not yet." "Then go the fuck home. No Christmas for you.
Don't bring your disease-crippled ass in my goddamn house." Speaking of children, how many of them were screwed over by this whole thing? You know what we did around here? Oh, well, schools are closed. We're sorry. Now we have to divide the classrooms. So classes are going to take longer. Actually, you know what? You better stay home and we'll just do everything virtually. Okay, now guys, since we're really far behind on our classwork, we're going to go to school through the summer so we can play catch up. You know, what fucking child deserves to go through shit like that?
Oh, well, this is even better. Mogany with a $10 super chat says, we have to get the jab. We have to social distance. We have to wear a mask. But hey, when we burn the entire town to the ground to support a criminal, it's fine. In fact, it's a fiery but peaceful protest.
It's the new
Everyone
Burning Man.
seems peaceful here. Pay no attention to the car burning in the background behind me. You know, it's like I'm watching The Naked Gun again. Move along, everyone. Move along. Nothing to see here. Fireworks store exploding in the background. Nothing to see here. Move along.
That kind of sounds like Vancouver when the Canucks lose in the playoffs every year. True story. True story. You guys are awesome.
Chris Persia with a 31-month member, Chad. He's a Loki's Frost Giant, and he's been a member 31 months. Thank you so much, brother. Loki, one good point Tim did raise was, when Orange Man said there was a Bax, the left cried out, we won't take that poison. But as soon as Sleepy Joe got the keys, they said, you're far right if you don't take the jab. Weird that, yes. Oh yeah, you're far right. If you don't get the jab, if you don't get the poke, you're an Istanobaniazzi. If you don't get the poke. How many people went out and got tattoos of their poke shots?
Oh,
how many people
Jesus.
got out and went out and got tattoos? That one bitch said, I'm already vaxxed and ready to wax or some shit. I remember that, like, I'm vaxxed and ready to fuck.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
I haven't been railed in so long. Come and get me now that I've got my shot.
Wow.
And I'm
Make
like,
sure you're wearing those full body
Wow.
kind of. Oh my God. I mean, do you remember? I don't know how it was down there in America, but up here, they were even trying to coax people into wearing masks during lovemaking.
yes.
Are you absolutely fucking serious?
Okay.
Right now?
So someone sent me some, and this was like, someone sent me this thing and was like, you can't post on Pornhub if you don't have a mask on. I was like, are you fucking serious?
Are you telling
can't,
me?
like, you can't post a video? No, I'm serious. For like 6 months, you could not post a video up without some kind of mask on Pornhub, because they would take it down.
So let's say
practicing safe relations,
safe relations
without the mask.
So if I dropped trow and pulled out my junk right now, fully flaccid, and I took a little tiny, yeah, I said it, a little tiny face mask and put it on the head of my staff, and then took a picture, I could put it on Pornhub that way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Back during the COOF era, one of my girlfriends came over and she wanted to bang, but she had her mask on the whole time. I was like, no. I mean, like, naked, but a mask on? What the hell?
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I just wanted to give everybody the mental image of a penis with a face mask on.
Mahogany draws with the $5 super chat. We're not allowed to speak up against the COOF. But remember, silence is violence, everyone. When you don't stand up, you're just as guilty. Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting how they use that? Thank you so much again, Mahogany draws, for that super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla, and we're going to wake Mikey up this morning. Skull! And yeah, the combo took.
I was just thinking, yeah, but hey, that's why we do things live on Monday mornings. I mean, if we can't get your weeks started off on a rather hilarious and totally obnoxious front, then we're doing something wrong.
Oh yeah, I mean, hence why we have this. Ladies
and gentlemen, it's Head himself. Hey, do you think? I don't know who these women are that he's standing with, but do you think in maybe 5 or 10 years, the one he's almost groping there is going to call him up and try to get him canceled?
Oh, I'm sure. but nothing will happen because he's
Nah.
Trudeau.
He's Trudy.
So he'll be Trudy by then. So the Bud Light will have kicked in. Bud Light
Yeah.
will have kicked in, and the new beer of Canada will be the new
Hey.
beer for the first minister of
I would
transitions.
I would like to volunteer to be
Judy.
the first Canadian citizen to do the first official Canadian Bud Light commercial. File weed.
June Wong with the $10 Australian super chat says, "Don't get me started on the Poke. 2 years ago in Victoria, Australia, the state government was forcing a Poke mandate on the people. And now one of the Poke types is banned by the federal government because it's unsafe. I remember the video footage coming out of Australia and what they were doing to people.
Mm-hmm. That was brutal.
Yeah, they were just forcing people down and just giving it to them.
Yeah, it was. It kind of reminds me of our city's premier, Mr. Doug Ford. Every time he had to go on television to give a press conference, whether it was, okay, guys, we're going to start closing up these shops. Okay, we're going to start opening these. Oh, sorry, guys, we have to close these shops again because we opened too soon. Okay, we're going to open again. Every time it was so much back and forth. And every time he went up there to give a press conference or statement or anything, he always had this look on his face that just screamed, "Please don't hate me. I'm being forced to read this. It's not my fault. I'm sorry." Oh my God. If you see Doug Ford's face when he's giving those presentations, you know exactly what I mean.
So what, Hollywood's finally getting this after almost 5 years of this shit, which makes a lot of sense. They're always about 5 years behind, right? That's what Tom always tells me over at Midnight's Edge. These fucks are 5 years behind everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So what, they're just now getting this? They're just now, oh, you know what? Maybe we made a mistake. And you know what? They're the ones who have marched in the great standing up against the Baxes. We stood up against the Poke. We went out and we stood up against all of this evilness that the righties were pinning on us and making us do. It was the right that were holding people down and forcing them to get pokes. It was all the right. Just wait.
How ironic.
Just wait. And that's just not the way it is. And that's not the way it was. And I can't. You can't differentiate between the people that are absolutely fucked in the head saying, you have to get this. You have to do this. You don't have a choice. It's for everyone. The choice has been made for you. And then turn around and say, I demanded a choice and I demanded my voice be heard. You can't say that. We're all in this together. Yeah.
We are the world. Da-da-na-na. We hurt our children. We get the Poke to make a better place. So let's stop living. Oh my God.
Isn't
it ironic? It's like 10,000 spoons and all you have is a knife. And who would have thought? It doesn't matter.
Well, Arwen's got forks. So just ask Arwen.
She's got forks because when she pokes the big sausage and the bratwurst.
Holy shit.
That's what she says. Ooh, look at the size of that Poke. Juicy.
Wow, I'm just
yeah, we're completely off the rails, man.
Okay. Sporks.
Yep.
Sporks. Chronos.
Sporks are good.
Move on to sporks. Hollywood bent over and spread their ass cheeks for the Dems and their narrative. The same people that told me DT hated bets are now saying they need to reduce the BA by over 25%. They suck. That's right. That's right.
It's right, because it's certainly not left.
And the Hollywood doesn't care about that. Hollywood doesn't care about you.
No.
Hollywood hated you. Just 20 years ago, they absolutely hated you. They made movies about how horrible you were, Dean. They made movies about how evil bets were. And now it's all changed. We need to be nice.
Yeah.
Now it's all changed, and the narrative will change. And
It's a
the narrative will
never-ending
change,
cycle,
and they'll
really.
be the ones who stood up against the evil poke masters. They'll make a movie about it.
Oh, good
It's
God.
great.
Well, I mean, if you look back,
Well-
you've got all sorts of well, first of all, I thought they already did Resident Evil movies, but yeah, if you look back, any big turning point in human history has got, franchises based around the whole thing. So yeah, it could be only a matter of time. And
Oh well, it's already happening.
it's probably
it's already
is.
happening. So Tim Robbins, our lovely Tim Robbins, has figured out that says we've been through 3 years of questionable choices. Talks about his new show Silo, which centers around lockdowns.
Questionable choices. Did we even have a choice through that whole ordeal? Did we?
So Timmy Boy plays the leader of one of these silos and is quick to shut down any protest with violence. I've been curious about what goes on in leaders' heads when they have to do something that is morally compromising what they consider the greater good. The greater good, the greater good. That's a really interesting thing that he says there. The greater good.
I think it's hard to judge what the ultimate greater good is when the ideal greater good keeps changing.
He says, I always look at this as a terrible no-win situation, and I often wonder if those measures that they take are immoral and are they necessary? I'm talking about politicians that compromise themselves and make decisions that they believe are for the good of the people, but those decisions involve censorship, lying, deception that leads to people getting hurt. I wanted to play that guy. I want to deal with that moral complexity and trying to understand where the human being is. I think we've been through 3.5 years of extraordinary and questionable choices made by people that are supposed to be leading their countries, not hurting them. Holy shit. Showback TJC with a $5 super chat says,
I know where that's going.
all this stuff wants me to punch an old woman in the face, man.
I've had enough of your disingenuous assertion.
God, I want to punch an old woman in the face.
Yes. Indeed.
Yeah. So Chris Persia says, technically, Zeropium, we did have a choice. Take a jab and have your freedom returned, or remain pure blood and told to F off. Not allowed on public transport, gyms, and cinemas. It was a little bit different around my neck of the woods, but really, yes, ultimately we did have a choice. But if you didn't get the jab, you were kind of shunned upon. You had a lot more restrictions in place. And ultimately, what good did it do? Because Jesus Christ, I got poked twice, and I'm pretty sure I still got hit with, whatever you want to call it on the tubes these days. It's like, oh, you've got the vax. Oh, did you get the second vax? Oh, did you get the booster? Did you get the booster? No, I stopped at the second one because you know what? You're still putting us in lockdown anyway. You're still giving us restrictions. You're still hindering the performance of what we're supposed to do with our daily lives while it's all about survival. Yeah, we're staying alive, but we're sure as hell not living.
No poke, no job.
Yeah. Now, realistically, ladies and gentlemen, I don't, for lack of a better term, I don't swing one way or the other on this. So I'm not biased towards one particular side. There's pros and cons to everything. But goddamn, when you think about just how much kerfuffle the whole thing just created for the entire world, not just up here in my neck of the woods, but the entire world, it was an ordeal. It was an ordeal, but I think ultimately it was made worse by a lot of unnecessary things put in place that just hampered everybody's reason to keep living.
Make life easier for yourself. Just say it. Just say you need 5 pokes.
Well,
You'll
I'm
get
geez.
poked.
Yeah, that
Poke,
list
poke,
kept
poke,
growing.
poke,
Get your
poke.
first one. Okay, it's not holding up. Get your second poke. Okay, get your booster. All right, make sure you give your booster shot a booster shot. Like Jesus, man, there's no way around this.
So
Let yourself build up an immunity for fuck's sake.
when good old Timmy boy was asked, "Are you talking about the COOF?" He said, "Yeah, I'm talking about that. I'm talking about a whole bunch of shit. Lack of freedom, freedom of movement, lack of freedom of assembly, lack of freedom of speech. You want me to keep going? You know, something just happened." And I think there's a tendency where people just want to move on and think, well, you know what happened? Let's just move on. And that's unwise. We have to deal with what happened in a deep and profound way. It's traumatic for many people. And just ignoring it, as we know with trauma, does not solve the problem. In fact, it makes it worse. And so until we have the guts to look at what really happened and ask the questions, and maybe even hold people accountable for the irresponsible leadership, if we don't do that, we're going to repeat this again, and it'll happen again and again. Holy shit. Robbins pointed out he was not singling out any specific leader, but added, I personally took it at a microcosm of what it is to have the ability to assemble. I run a theater. It is something that has always existed. Even in the worst oppressive societies, there's been assembly allowed. Sometimes those assemblies are monitored, and so it's not safe. But supposedly, in a free society, we have the ability to collectively gather with others. The reason why that's important to collectively gather is because it becomes a forum. You don't know what everyone in the same room agrees with you or not. So therefore, it's an essential part of living with other human beings. You have to work through differences, and instead we are separated and become more and more distant from each other and more angry with each other. Ain't that a bitch?
It is a bitch.
Did he just stumble upon this because of the movie he's making, or is he really asking these questions? I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask all of you out there. We're going to do a poll really quick. Let's see. Is Tiny Tim come? No.
Tiny Tim's not coming to dinner today.
Tiny Tim's not coming home this Christmas.
I see people out there saying they got poked a few times and they still had while Loki types away there. They still had drawbacks. You know, when I got my first poke, I was ill for maybe one night. I mean, my arm was sore as a motherfucker. Let me put that that was sore for about 3 days. I wouldn't say I was what you would call sick. I kind of felt groggy for an entire evening, but that didn't stop me from, just chilling out on the sofa drinking coffee. I just wasn't really motivated to do a whole lot. Second poke didn't really do too much. And you know what? After all that, I'm pretty sure I still got the C word once or twice anyway. I mean, I get what the whole purpose of it was. I was like, well, if in case you get it, then it's not as severe. Yes, I understand that. So I don't know. That's why I'm kind of.
I had the COOF 3 times. How do I know I had it 3 times? Because I know after getting it the second time, I was tested and I had the antibodies in my system. So I know I'd already had it when I got it the second time. The third time, the headache, I immediately knew what I had. As soon as I got the headache, as soon as the headache was back, I was like, son of a bitch, I've got this again.
Yeah.
So I had it 3 times. I am that guy, though, that it should have killed. From everything they said, I'm the guy that was most susceptible of getting taken out by it. I had a compromised immune system the first time I got it. I'm a diabetic. I was a smoker. All these things, I should have been top of the list.
You should
for
be
it
dead.
to take out. And I'm still here.
Mm-hmm.
No poke. Never got the poke. Didn't want the poke. I fought the last doctor I had about that because she wanted me to get the poke right there in the office, and I said no. You need poke just like regular vaccine. No, it's not. Don't fuck with me. Don't you dare fuck with me. Oh no, you get right now just like tetanus shot. No, it's not like a tetanus shot. Don't bullshit me. And my new doctor's like, if you don't want it, you don't have to get it. If you've already been sick, you're fine.
Mm-hmm. You know, I mean,
you've already had it, you're going to be fine. If you don't, you will have it soon and you'll find out whether you'll be fine or not.
Mm-hmm. You know, when I think back on it, I'm pretty sure I probably had it last year. It was, I want to say it was like the tail end of, I don't know, maybe mid-September or something like that. I mean, you know, I'm laying in bed one night and then I'm getting hot flashes, not those kind of hot flashes, but I'm getting, you know, really hot. So I open the window and then I'm getting the cold sweats, then I'm getting the hot sweats, and it's just flip-flopping back and forth. And I'm thinking, 2 pokes, and who on earth is at the ass end of summer here and he's coming down with fever and flu-like symptoms? Just doesn't make sense to me. But you know what? Here we are.
There's a lot of people that feel the way Shellback does right here. A lot of people feel that way. A lot of people felt like a Dega. He spent 3 years warning people. He spent all that time feeling the hate from the sheep. I never kneeled and refused to let anyone else kneel. And I asked him 3 years ago, you know I'm sick. You know what I've got. Should I do this? And he said no.
Nah. Because we do have a choice.
Nor do I play one on TV, but I've been giving the poke to cutie pie ladies that wanted a Latin vaccination. Ha.
So in other words, Mim, when you poke them, they're now vaccinated against you. They have no desire to do what, you know.
Oh, no. No, all the MILFs want them even more.
So basically, his quote, vaccination is just giving them a placebo effect. The vaccination is actually.
No, they get an actual effect.
But the vaccination is actually what's drawing them into getting more vaccinations. Interesting ploy there. He's much like a hospital. It is in the hospital's best interest that you all remain sick, because sick is good for business. Sick is what's best for business.
Broken Entertainment, my immediate family was initially all in on the mask and vaccine, but it didn't take long for that to change. Dude, I had people, so I had there were 2 members of this community. There were 2 members of this community that messaged me and said, Loki, my family will not even acknowledge my existence if I do not go and get the poke.
That's bullshit.
They will never ever see me again. And I said, look, you have to make a choice. Is the possible, side effects and what could happen down the road worth this? Is this, it's up to you. You have to make this decision. When it comes to something like this, no one's going to call you a traitor or a sellout or a kneeler or anything like that. When your own family's like, we're going to disown you unless you get this, that's a lot of bullshit you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nobody deserves that.
2 different people came to me with the same story. Jester's Darth Arlena with a $5 super chat. Pure Bloods for life. We need to start our own club.
I won't be allowed in. I didn't have a choice. I didn't have one.
What about the people that didn't have a choice? I mean, I got lucky. I've got my own business. I was working on my own. I didn't have to kneel to nobody. What about the people that were threatened to be fired? And hey, these people had good jobs unless they got a poke. What happens to them?
Yep.
Thank you.
There was so a lot of people.
Gestures, Darth Arlena.
Yes, thank you. There were a lot of people that were in that club. And yes, shout out to where was it? Yeah, DJ Ronnie G. Do you slip her the hot beef injection? Yeah, I got that reference.
Hey, you zip it over there in the back of the chat there, buddy. I see you.
Yeah. We all know what he's up to.
I never believed it was anything more than a cold. So the jab seemed stupid from the beginning.
Oh, but don't you see, Snowdub? It was because the poke that it just made it seem like a cold. That's what it does. It keeps things manageable. It's a lot less severe that way.
We went through the betas, and we went through
oh, good God, yeah.
metas, and we went through all this shit, and now it's like the alicorn variant in the UK
Yeah.
has started to spread, and you're like,
Yeah,
wait a
it's
minute,
like
I thought they said they're fine. Nothing's going on. Do not watch the BBC or anything coming out of the
No.
UK. It is all just watch CNN. We tell
Yeah,
you the truth
only
here. It's
CNN.
CNN. Only
Mhm.
CNN.
God, they're almost as good as Fox News by now. Yeah, watch us and only us. The Omegatron variant is now out in full swing. Oh, it is now the Optometron variant. Oh, make sure you go out and get boosted for this. The hexagonal Optometron doohickey fucking thing. Like, it just kept going and going. Bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, lay down on the floor and spread them, because we'll poke you where it hurts, and you'll always remember the time we say we were in the same boat together going through the same thing, but we weren't, because there's us way up here, and then there's you way down there. Get the poke or you die, because we say so.
Next week on the really real story of what happened to a young black artist when two evil white men came after him and said, "This is MAGA country." and how the mainstream media tried to blame two wandering Nigerians for the crime. Only on CNN. Only on CNN. Where
Tonight
are these
on
white people
CNN.
now? I don't know. But if it wasn't for my two very close, very, very close Nigerian friends, I would have been a Trump popsicle, a MAGA
God.
popsicle.
You know,
I'd been on the spit, getting it from both ends.
This is when we need Robert Stack to come in here tonight on Unsolved Mysteries. To poke or not to poke is not the question. Why didn't you get poked? That's the real question. Tonight on CNN, we look into this case, which is hitting the news worldwide. But when I say the news, I mean us and only us. We are the one and only official source from everything that's good and true. Tonight on CNN.
Friend of mine's son was kicked out of the Marine Corps for not getting the poke on religious grounds. 12 years of honorable service, and then get the fuck out. Now complain they can't reach retention or recruiting.
Oh, Dean, I'm sure the two are not related. That's just irresponsible.
My company was close to forcing us to get it to stay at work. I was ready to walk. A lot of people were ready to walk.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Get your news on CNN Plus.
And
it's gone.
Exactly.
Government wants you to think you can't exist without them. So does pharma.
Yep, but you know what? Pepperidge Farm remembers, and
Take
we
some
remember.
fuck it all. No worries.
Mm-hmm.
June Wong with another $10 Australian super chat. Thank you so very much, my friend.
Crikey.
My job at the time could get physical. If I got the unsafe poke because info was censored, if I was unlucky, could have had a heart attack and dropped dead while lifting boxes. Glad I refused.
Gee. Yeah, it's a good thing you refused. Yep. We're all pulling for you. That's risky. Risky business.
That's right. A lot of people stood up and said no. And a lot of people were fired. I know people that were fired from $80,000 to $100,000 a year jobs because they said no. And they refused to get it.
So make sure you as a country go out and do what's right for your country. Go out and get your vax shots, get your pokes as many times as we say. And if you have any questions, I will always be here to serve my country. We're all in this together. Now I'll be going on vacation. Let me know how it went.
And remember, Trudy never ever said you had to get one. Trudy always gave you a choice. He just went on national TV the other day and said, I never forced anyone to get it. I never forced anyone to get it. I never said you had to get it. I just said, we'd take everything from you, your house, your job, your money, your freedom.
Yeah.
You don't get it.
Isn't it funny how you can say that? He's like, oh, I really think you should go out and get it. Oh, I got COVID. I really think you should go out and get it. Oh, I got COVID. Jesus. And don't tell me he was flying worldwide, going around talking to politicians and world leaders everywhere. Oh, that's how he got it. He was on important business trips. Yeah. Yeah. When your own mandates and security measures and health measures can't stop the things that are happening to you, even though you strongly believe that they were going to stop those things from happening to you. Jesus, you are not a very prototypical, liable, walking sort of embodiment of the whole idealism that you're trying to force down everybody's throat. I don't know. Something just wasn't adding up to me during that whole time. But
It's like saying you can vote no in North Korea. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. There's a lot of contradictions. There's a lot of walking contradictions. There's a lot of problems. There's a lot of issues, a lot of technicalities that have gone into what we've all gone through. And ladies and gentlemen, there is a whole lot more of audio whoop ass that we could open up on, Trudy, but we'll leave that where it is.
I'm really sorry, Andrew, about your 3 family members.
See, that's brutal.
We all know people that aren't with us anymore because of all this nonsense. It's because of the nonsense. And more it's coming out that it was because of the nonsense, not because of this, not because of this illness, not because of the COOF, but because of this nonsense. Everyone needs to wear a mask and socially distance. Now let me go to this elitist of the elite wine restaurant with nobody wearing a mask.
Yeah. Yep. How
I'm
many?
Sorry, they don't want to do that. They don't want to mask up. They don't want to do what we're all having to do. And it just got to the point where people said, "No, fuck you. No, we're not doing it. We're not going to take it. We're not going to take it because you're not doing it either. You're not upholding to these things that you say we have to uphold. You're not doing what we have to do. You're getting away with it because you're an elite prick. And your government. I don't believe that our great illustrious leader up there in the big white room, I don't think he got it at all. I think he got nothing when he got poked. I don't think he got it at all. I don't think any of these people got it.
I don't know if there were any representatives in the oral office that day. Oops. Maybe they can vouch for him, but until those people come forward, maybe we'll never know. It's another great groovy mystery, gang.
So we're going to shut down that poll. The highest one was a maybe. Is Timmy boy right? Maybe. Maybe he's right.
Maybe.
Maybe was top. Yes was second, and no was at 20%. So, and that's with 30 votes. So thank you, those 30 people out there that voted. If we got 47 people left here, if you don't mind, hit that thumbs up button. It helps. Share the stream out. We appreciate it. We know today was a weird topic to talk to you guys about. Yeah. A lot of people don't want to hear this again. A lot of people don't want this brought up. They don't want to think about it. They just want to move on. They don't want to think about this shit that happened over the last 3 years. They just want to get past it. And I don't blame you. I do not blame you for going, you know what? I don't want to think about that horrible shit. But we have to remember that way when these fucks start trying to change what happened, the narrative, that they were like, we marched in the Great Liberal March in 2021 against the lockdowns. No, they didn't.
No.
And no, he didn't. Motherfucker wasn't in Soho. Motherfucker wasn't out there marching against the great war of 2021. He wasn't doing shit. These people were hiding in their basements, hiding in their bathrooms, hiding in their closets, hiding in their fucking powder rooms, weeping that they couldn't go out and talk to somebody, but telling us all how horrible we were, that we weren't going to take it. Always remember that. These fucks were shaking their finger at us, telling us how horrible we are. And you know what? If this stream, if I get hit for COOF shit, but whatever, I don't care. I'm so past that, I don't even give a shit.
No, because we're all in this together. Because don't forget, folks, when you want to change the narrative, you probably maybe almost kind of sort of want to control the narrative. And when you control the narrative, you control information. And that's a dangerous way to be thinking.
What, a lying politician? I'm
Yeah.
shocked.
My
I'm
God.
shocked.
I'm yeah, blasphemy. Blasphemy at the pure thought.
So, and I know some people didn't, Penny, and got sick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But all those lockdowns did would hurt people. That's all that lockdown did. And by April of 2020, half the world's population was under some form of lockdown. More than 3.9 billion people in more than 90 countries have been ordered to stay at home by their governments. The disease control measure that was used didn't work right. And they knew it wasn't working right. Without even getting into the complications of the poke. What they did was a short-term Band-Aid that they tried to make last for years. You ever tried to wear a Band-Aid for years?
God.
Anybody
I
here?
I can't get one to last a full night. So, I mean, I can't really say anything. Oh, my God.
Rose petals are flying around in private jets to complain about climate change and berate people for wanting a vacation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sitting in their $1 million homes eating ice cream.
Yeah. Well, go out and get your supplies while you can. We'll make sure the essential stores stay open. Yeah. And how many of them were sitting up in their high-rise complex apartment buildings, getting people to go out and
need
get
to
all
move
that
on.
shit for them?
But never forget,
No.
this is the thing right here. Project Storytime nailed it. We need to move on. We are moving on.
Yeah.
We never, ever forget what these fuckers did and what they did to everybody and how they tried to control everybody. Don't ever forget this because they're going to try and do it again. And it may be sooner than you think. Guys, we're out of here. Thank you so very much for being here today. Thank you so very much for bashing that like button. Mjolnir, strike that like button. Share the stream out. Thank you. It helps with the algorithm. Guys, take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak Brenda Enter. I should be on Kai's birthday stream later tonight. If you don't know where that is, check it out. Kai, absolutely wonderful guy.
Woo. Also, quick shout out before we take up any more of your time. Quick shout out. In the words of a legend we have just recently lost, take care of yourselves and each other.
God bless Jerry Springer. Have a great Monday, everybody.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.